Gear up, Scooter fam. Today we're going to take another ride on the Apollo Go. What's up, guys? Electric Scooter Guy here. I went ahead and I ordered a Apple AirTag to hide on my Apollo Go, and I also have hidden one on my Nami Klima. And so I've been through this before, and I kind of wanted to go over, how I set it up to hide it on the scooter. And so to start off, the idea is to hide, an Apple AirTag on the scooter, so that in case someone takes it, you have a chance to track it down and get it back, if you're lucky. And so that's the idea. Now, the one flaw to the AirTag, and it's supposed to be keep it from stalking you, is that you have to if you have an AirTag in your vicinity within a certain, like, 24 hours or something like that, it will alert you on your phone. So if you have an iPhone and you steal a scooter that has an Apple AirTag, it will alert you that there's an Apple AirTag around you that you don't have on your listed in on your device. And so then you can ping the device and have the device make a noise so that you can locate it. And although it's still possible for them to go through and find the AirTag once they get the notification, I don't want them to have any more clues as to where the sound comes from. So I remove the speaker from the AirTag, and then plug it back in, put it back together, and then test it out to make sure it's working and doesn't make a sound. Because when you activate it and you first get it going again, it'll beep. So if it doesn't beep and it's activated, you should be able to go on your add it on your phone, and then it'll show up and it'll turn on without beeping. So I just got this today from Amazon, and I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. All right, so what we're gonna do is just try to separate the white part from the gray part here, and one should be lined up with this little notch, and then slightly offset to the right down here for the bottom notch. So I've got a little small flathead screwdriver that I'm going to use to get on there and try to pry this open. And then here's the little speaker. And I'm just going to take the same little screwdriver and just pop it off. So the device should be on. It should be on now, but you're not going to hear any sound coming out because it no longer has a speaker. Hope this helps out. If so, I'll put a link in the description below for the Apple AirTag from Amazon. If you do decide to get one, this is where I got this one. Like $25 including tax or something like that. So $25 not bad for a little bit of that is if you have an iPhone. To keep track of your scooter just in case. And it's just an extra layer of protection. So cheap, so easy. There's no monthly fees, things like that. So, all right, guys, we'll see you in a bit. All right, guys, today, like I said, we're going to take another ride on the Apollo Go. I was able to do a top speed run, almost a top speed right now already. I didn't even realize it. this is not where I intended on trying to do a top speed run, but um, in any case, before I get started, just finished the podcast and uploaded that. You guys probably have seen it by now, hopefully. If not, please go take a look. And I just want to thank Kizzy E Wheels once again for showing up, and Tiger Grimtack for continuing to support the podcast and show up. Him and I kind of were the original two people to kind of want to get this going. So super happy he's staying involved and wanting to do this. And so I look forward to doing much more with these guys. Certainly, as much as I can. I right now the most I'm able to squeeze in is about one podcast every 2 weeks, and that might be fine. We'll see how it plays out. I certainly like getting together with the guys and putting stuff together. So I've got some things that I'm working on to get these out. If possible in the future, I may try to go to once a week, but for now, I think I'm just going to stick to once every 2 weeks because it just works for everybody's schedule. And I'm not trying to abandon anyone and leave them out of the podcast. So I really enjoy doing it. Like I said, and I want to do more, and I'm setting stuff up to get that going. So as long as I can get at least 3 people on a podcast, including myself, me and 2 other people, then I'm fine with getting on. If it's only me and Tiger Grimtack that's available, I mean, we could try to get on, just have a quick, conversation. And I'm open, but as far as like, calling it a podcast and doing like I just, I don't, it's lacking. It's lacking as far as a podcast goes. So, just my personal opinion. In any case, I just wanted to give you guys a shout out and say thanks once again, Kizzy and Tiger. And I look forward to doing more with you guys as it becomes available, as you guys are able to do it. Like I said, right now, me and Tiger are planning on to jump on at least once every couple of weeks, I think, for the moment. And so I'm just going to stick with that for a while and try to bring in different people. If Kizzy can make it, that's great. If anyone else can make it, that's great. I don't have, I'm open to just about anyone at all that's willing to get on and loves electric scooters and wants to talk about electric scooters. That's what I want to do. So, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. Hopefully things continue to progress. I'm pretty happy with how things are going so far in general, and so we'll see how everything goes. But thanks again to everyone. Thanks to you guys. Thanks to the viewers. Thanks to the podcasters. Everyone involved. All right. So once again, I said I'm going to do kind of I did a top speed run today up here at the end of this little path. There's a nice wide sidewalk that's smooth. I've been down here several times, and I've gotten the klima up pretty good. I think to around 25, 26 miles an hour on this little stretch up here. There's not a lot to contend with, and so like I said, I'm pretty comfortable trying to push the limits up here because of how much room I have, how smooth it is, and I have a little bit of distance to work with, so that I can don't have to slam on my brakes to come to a stop or something like that. So here's what I don't know. I don't know. So today, as you could tell, I use my phone as display, and because a while back I got the quad lock. So it comes with a quad lock that didn't stick very well to the current case that I have, which is so I'm getting up to about 25 right here, just FYI. And that's why I'm sort of talking about it. I maxed it out. I couldn't get it to go above 25 miles an hour. I'm pretty flat right here. There's nothing really holding me back from going over 25 other than the scooter itself. 25 is super stable on the scooter, obviously. I mean, it had no problems getting up there, and just handled great. And I have, no complaints about that. But the thing I don't know, and I've seen tested results, and it comes out to about 25 miles per hour. Now, from what I've seen on the display for these same tests, it will come out to like 27, 28 miles an hour, which is what it's stated as. But they were only able to get up to 25 miles an hour. I think they were using a GPS or something like that, and I haven't done that yet. Deal. I don't do too many top speed runs, but the Apollo goes fairly manageable. It doesn't go crazy speeds, and I don't have to have a ton of room, just a little bit to get up to 25 and slow down. So not a big deal. Me trying to do a top speed run on the Klima right there, that's not going to happen. So, in fact, I'm not sure I'll ever do a top speed on the Klima. You never know, but we'll see. If I get the right space and I get comfortable enough, it's possible. But right now, I'm not going to go over 20-ish miles an hour, maybe 25, 30 tops. And so, as long as it's something, manageable for me, and I feel safe, I'm not, like I said, I'm not a speed demon. Not going to go out here and try to get every scooter that I come across up to the maximum speed, which, I understand is, some people really like to get these scooters up going pretty fast, but like I said, I'm more using it just to run errands. I do enjoy the scooters that have the ability to go that fast in case I need it. Maybe 50-ish. That's as fast as I would possibly need in any situation. But I have a hard time wrapping my head around, doing that on at all, really. But it could happen. It could certainly happen. Anyway, so what I'm saying is that I don't know if the Apollo Go, when you have the phone as display, whether it's using the speed from the scooter to communicate to the app how fast we're going. So in other words, it doesn't matter if the phone is being used as a display, or whether we're using the information from the scooter. So in other words, I can get a GPS app, or I can go into, something like that, and I can try to see how fast it goes like that. But like I said, I didn't know if 25 is the reading that would be under if I weren't using the display, because I've seen that top out at 25 on tests, but I've never topped it out myself in that mode, and mostly because I'm using the tire pressure monitor, and so it doesn't really fit. So update on that as well. I decided there was a viewer that recommended that I take the tire pressure monitors off, and that might be a reason for me to lose tire pressure, which is kind of interesting concept. Using a tire pressure monitor that has a slow leak, I don't know, causes a slow leak because it's pushing against the pin or whatever to try to gauge tire pressure. Not sure. Like I said, I'm not sure that makes a ton of sense. But I mean, I'm not nothing against the subscriber. I just mean as far as a production, making a tire pressure monitor that makes you lose air. So I did take it. I did remove it, and I got the tire pressure up to 50 psi, which is where I like to run, and then went on this scooter ride, about 8 miles, and checked the tire pressure again when I got back. Once again, on my Journey Max, I lose air pretty slowly but pretty regularly, especially when I'm riding, and it happens mostly in the rear tire. On the front tire, barely. And then, so today, riding the Apollo Go, I got back, and the same story, really. I lost a little bit of air in the rear tire, and didn't really lose any in the front So I'm expecting this to be kind of similar, and probably because they're just 9-inch tires is what I'm assuming. The Journey Max has 8.5-inch tires, and it's just in my mind it's going to be a very similar experience. Uh, I don't know if that goes any faster because of the tire pressure monitors. Well, I wasn't losing a ton, but I was losing a little bit, and once again, mostly in the rear tire. So the rear tire is gonna, this is where all the weight kind of sits for the most part, and so that's where you're gonna experience maybe that drop in tire pressure for the most part. So, um, but yeah, I don't know, and so I may have to test. I may have to do a top speed run again without the phone as display, so I can glance down. That doesn't show up on camera very well. That dot matrix display kind of blinks, and you can't really see it very well. The phone is great because during a video, if I glance down when I'm riding, or even if I'm not really intending to, I'll catch that speed just like I did earlier. I didn't realize I got up to 23 on that one stretch, but apparently I did. So uh, I do like having. I do kind of like the phone as display versus the dot matrix display. It's not 100% necessary, but it's easy to read, and it shows up on camera. I wouldn't expect, to be honest, I wouldn't expect to have problems going 25 miles an hour on a scooter. But I have seen some that have problems even at the slower speeds, 20 to 30 miles an hour, which is crazy to me. I've never experienced that. All my scooters do really well at that speed, and the Go is no exception to that. Overall experience on the Go, range is still roughly about the same as the Journey Max. All things taken into consideration, it does fine. I was fairly pretty much fully charged when I went on this trip. It's an 8 mile trip, and uh, I used 30 30ish miles of 30ish% of the battery, and so was able to get that uh, get back with still plenty of over 60 something percent worth of battery, which is I'm sure going to be fine for another 8 mile trip. It was last time. It was a little chilly today. A nice day, as you can see with the sun being out, which makes it a world of difference. When it's overcast, even 60 degrees is not that great. But the wind was up today, which is what made it a little bit chilly. Uh, but enjoyable ride. Got no problems. Got no problems with the scooter itself. Great scooter. So yeah, really impressed with the Apollo Go so far. Uh, really impressed with the Apollo in general. With Apollo in general, they've been pretty good across the board. I haven't had the slightest issue. The scooter was in pristine condition. The only one I've got so far that's been in that condition. Super fast, speedy delivery. I got the scooter really quickly. Like I said, in perfect condition, which is a first. Uh, it's completely does what it's supposed to do. I haven't had any issues, getting the scooter to perform the way that it's supposed to perform. Uh, I I really like the regen brakes, and I haven't had any emergency situations yet where I've had to try to slam on the drum brakes or whatever. Other than that one time I kind of shared with you guys where I was debating if I needed to, but I didn't. So no issues there. But I mean, so far it's the only scooter I've had that just has done what it's supposed to do, 100% right out of the box. The Journey Max, the first one that I got, it didn't do anything abnormal. It performed as expected, but it just had some minor flaws. And now that I've been through several scooters, I kind of feel a little bad for making such a big deal out of that. But it's just that I buy a new scooter, I want a new scooter. If I buy anything new, a new watch, a new whatever, I want it to look I want it to look new. I don't want to have dings on it and scratches. And I mean, that's not a new scooter. That's a refurbished scooter. And so that's why I kind of felt like I paid for a new scooter and I got a refurbished scooter because it was touched up and there were nicks and rust. I mean, that's not a new scooter, and I shouldn't have to pay a price for a new scooter and it not be what I paid for. I want it new. Um, and so far that's been on par, ridiculously, just great. I have to say it's been a super positive experience. Apollo I've reached out a couple times. They're um, super quick to respond. Whether I try to talk to them sometimes through the chat, and sometimes they'll email me back from the chat and so forth, but it's never taken very long for them to get back to me. Not complaining at all about that. I probably need to take that green little sticker off my brake, but I haven't removed any stickers off this scooter yet. Um, yeah, it just a great scooter in general from my experience so far, and I'll keep you guys updated if that changes, and if not, I'll still keep you updated. I wanted to give a shout out to at Cozy Drone for picking up one of my valve stem extenders that I recommended a few videos ago, and he picked one up from Amazon. I'm starting to use Amazon affiliate links, and I try to do that because the reason is simple. If I get a scooter, let's say the Klima, and I have some issues, which I have early on. Everything's been great since then, but I had some early issues with the brakes, and it kind of made me sour. And it's difficult for me to go on and tell you guys, I think you should get this scooter. First of all, I have to be honest, and I have to say up front, if you're not willing to possibly have to replace the brakes and wait a couple of weeks, I wouldn't get the Klima. That's the truth. If you're not into working on the scooters, if you're not interested in doing that, the Klima might not be the way to go. It's a great scooter, but it's going to require some maintenance. It's going to require some hands-on work and experience. So if I recommend the scooter, I have to recommend it only to people who are interested in having a project scooter, because it's a project scooter. It's fun. You can upgrade it. It's just gonna be a lot of hands-on updates and work as we go. And if I get a scooter that I just don't like at all, that I end up having to pay for, and I don't want to feel like, which I've said before, that I got to feel obligated to give the scooter a good review. I don't want to. So I tried some other things to try to get some revenue going for the channel, to support the channel. And so what I've decided is that, and I was able to find an Amazon affiliate program where I can recommend these things that I've already got, these things that I'm already using, these things that I already like, and I'll share them with you guys. And these, and kind of give my opinions on them. And I'll put links in the description of the videos that I'm using to show you guys what I like. If I don't like it, I'm gonna say I don't like it, and I'm not gonna recommend you get it. So I don't want to use affiliate links for every scooter that I buy. Plus, then once again, I'm only getting scooters to post affiliate links, and I just that alone just seems like the way I don't want to go with the channel. So I thought I'll start showing things that I like on the channel, and I'll leave affiliate links to those things for Amazon, and even some scooters. I may go back over and do some more stuff with the Journey Max, and the Journey Max is a good deal on Amazon most of the time. And I will tell you this, one thing about Amazon, even if you have a scooter that sells at another site, and you want to possibly get that scooter, but you're worried about the initial testing and so forth. Well, if you get it from Amazon, if there's that scooter's available on Amazon, you're not going to have to deal with the scooter company if you have a problem right off the bat. I didn't have, I didn't have to go to Hover One to deal with the Journey Max issues. I got on a chat real quick with Amazon. They took care of me right away. They didn't ask to see any videos. I offered to send pictures of what I was talking about with the flaws on the scooter. They sent me a scooter right away, a replacement like immediately, and without any questions, without any hassle. And that's really not the case with these scooter companies. Even the ones that have good customer service, you can't go ride the scooter. I rode the scooter for a couple of weeks before I even noticed these little things. And those things weren't my fault. I didn't take it in anything that would get it rusted. I mean, these things I just didn't notice right away until I was putting some air in the tire, and I started kind of looking closely, and I was like, what is this? And I started seeing a bunch of touch-up work around the stem, and I saw the rust when I didn't notice it before, chips and so forth. And I wasn't really happy with that, so I reached out. But you can't do that with these scooter companies. If you go ride it for a couple of weeks, they're not going to take it back. They may try to help you with it. They may try to send you some stuff to correct it. With something like this, with a minor, flaw in with scratches and so forth. I mean, like I said, you should expect that if you buy a refurbished scooter. They're not going to be able to cover up every scratch, but they're going to, probably look a lot like my Journey Max looked. And that's what I guess got the feeling like this was a refurbished scooter, or it was a scooter that wasn't taken care of during, whatever. But it obviously had been touched up. It obviously had been scratched up, and that just wasn't, I didn't think it was acceptable for a brand new scooter. But if there's cosmetic damage on these scooters, you're likely to get no support at all. They may send you a free phone holder or something like that to kind of make up for it. Hopefully. But you're not going to get another scooter. They're not going to let you return the scooter. If you ride it and you don't like it, 2 weeks, you say, I don't want it. I don't like it anymore. A lot of times Amazon will have a 30-day return policy, and it's a no questions asked return policy. So, that's something that you can be comfortable with, knowing if you do get a scooter from Amazon, that they're going to take care of you. They're going to let you return the scooter if you have a problem with it, even if you ride it for a couple of weeks and you decide it's not for me, just because you don't like it. It's not fast enough. It's not what the range is way less than what they stated, which is pretty common. And you're just not into that. You're just not wanting to go there. So that being the case, it might be a good idea to go with Amazon over these companies in general. If they do sell the same scooters that you're looking for. Segway sells these. I think Apollo does, although I got this one from Apollo. You could certainly go to Amazon and get the same scooter and not have to worry about, if you want to send it back. Now, after the 30 days is up, you're not going to be out of a scooter because of warranty either. And so Amazon wouldn't carry the scooters otherwise. They wouldn't carry a scooter that they want to avoid the warranty on. So, having those kinds of problems really, like I said, outside of that 30-day guarantee from Amazon, you're able to get your warranty is going to be good. Whatever the 12-month warranty, whatever it is, you're going to be able to reach out to the company and get some support on the warranty side, whatever their rules are. But within those first 30 days, you've got a trial period. And anything you don't like about the scooter, you just don't like scooters, whatever it is, you can be like, I changed my mind. You can change your mind within 30 days. You can't do that with the scooter companies. They don't want to take all that on. They don't want to take the responsibility. When I reached out to Apollo and mentioned something like that, they said they can't, they're a small company. They can afford to eat that cost, and Amazon, can. And so that being the case, it just might be a smarter idea sometimes to go through Amazon rather than the scooter company if they sell the same scooter that you want already. All right, so that being said, I was going to talk about my helmet today and kind of update on some things as far as my helmet. And I've actually got a few things on the helmet, and I'll talk about each one a little bit. But first of all, this is the helmet that I got. If you guys can see that, and I end up taking the face mask off. It does have this little tinted kind of sunglass. I don't know what you want to call that, visor that pops down. And it's got a little handle here on the side that just pops it down, which I like quite a bit. And I like to ride it with that down in the face mask. The first couple times I've ridden it, I rode it without the face mask up, because I tried it riding down, even though it was a little chilly outside. I've never, I don't ride motorcycles, so I've never ridden with a helmet like this. But that face guard just blocks all the wind. And one thing about my other helmet that I had, the mountain bike style helmet, it really allows for a lot of wind to come through. So even when it's 100 degrees outside, I can ride with that helmet on and feel comfortable. It actually has a little visor thing that kind of catches the air and brings it through the helmet quite nicely. And so I really got used to that. Of course, the goggles are breathable and everything just feels real nice. But when I put that shield, the face shield, down on this helmet, it's stuffy. It's not enjoyable. I can't feel any airflow through there. And so I even when it's cold, I just end up riding with it up. And the tinted visor, what do you want to call it? Goggles or tinted whatever. With that down, so I do have eye protection. I do got a buddy that rides a motorcycle, and he told me that was more important than the helmet. In his opinion, I don't know if I completely agree, but because if something gets in your eyes, then you could possibly crash, with that too. So having something over your eye so that nothing gets in your eye while you're riding is probably a smart idea. So when he told me that, as soon as he told me that, I got the goggles and I started riding with the goggles. And yeah, I've had bugs hit the goggles, tree limbs hit the goggles when I didn't see it coming. So it's definitely worth having something to protect your eyes when you're riding a scooter, if nothing else. And so that being said, I never see anybody riding scooters, e-bikes with gear on. I think there's someone coming up here too in a minute that's got a scooter that doesn't have any gear on. And I'm just like, every time I'm like, I don't get it. And they probably look at me like I'm crazy because I'm all geared up, kind of like Kizzy was talking about in our podcast. But I just don't know, I just don't know why they take those chances. But I've never taken a chance. I got a helmet before I ever got a scooter. And I was prepared for that. So anyway, and this is what I use for my recording, which is a GoPro Hero 10. I'll put that in the description as well. And then I've got this little connector. All the stuff I got from Amazon. Like I said, I'm happy to share all this stuff with you guys in case you're interested in doing this stuff too. This is the GoPro Hero 10, and this is a little mount that straps onto the helmet. It's really easy to use. And it does a great job of holding that in place while I'm riding. So if you guys want to make videos as well with your scooters and whatnot, then I recommend those pieces. I've been using them for a while. I use the GoPro, and then the attachment on my mountain bike helmet. It just goes over the mouth part, and it does a fabulous job. And then of course, this helmet is better for. You shouldn't go over 20 miles an hour on the mountain bike style helmets. They're only rated for about 20 miles an hour. And since I got the Klima, and even the Go goes up to like 25, just to feel safe. I'm kind of a stickler when it comes to safety. Certainly with my head. The other stuff I just haven't really gotten to the habit of wearing. The gloves, I rode bikes when I was a kid, and I've had plenty of scrapes on my palms from falling off the bikes and so forth. So um, I know the wrist guards are probably better, but they just aren't conducive to me riding the scooter. They don't, it's to me, it's almost as dangerous as having the wrist guards if you can't get a good grip on the handlebars because you've got all this gear on. So I try to keep enough gear on to where I'm comfortable and protected at the same time, because I feel safer that way. I feel safer not being not having something hinder my ability to ride the scooter. So all that being said, I find I got this big helmet. I love this helmet. I love the little shades that come down with the click, and it's a really beefy helmet. It feels really sturdy and secure, and I just feel, and it's not heavy. I don't feel it'd be completely heavy. I mean, neither of these helmets have been heavy in any case, but I just want to show you guys that. Once again, I'll leave links in the description if you're interested in any of those. I'll put all three, which would be the helmet, the GoPro, and the holder. If you guys are anything of that interests you, and I'll be doing that here and there on little stuff because, like I said, these are things that I actually use, things that I actually like, and I feel good about recommending them because I've had good experiences with them. All right, guys, I guess that's gonna do it. This is the end of my footage and the end of pretty much what I had to talk about today. If you enjoyed this content and you found it helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. Consider joining me on Patreon, picking up some merch, or buying me a coffee. Thanks, and happy riding.